Shalom Akim. We give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and grow well, and salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom Akim. I want to get into this article. I think about a week ago, I was watching something and the news popped up, and they were just showing just how, life in Flint, Michigan after the water crisis and stuff. Like the water crisis is never left, man. America is jacked up. Everything here is defiled. We the even they did a special on the city we live in Chicago, and our pipelines where the water comes from the lake to our houses are corroded with lead in them, man. And so you have these people nowadays, because everything is hyper jacked up nowadays. You have people who are super sensitive now to the lead that's in the water, and they're trying to get filtration systems, and you could put it was one lady that they was trying to prove a point to. She put like a $13,000 filtration system in her basement, for her house. But once again, the people told her you would have to go outside and replace the pipes that the city put down in order for you to get that full lead-free coming through. Yes, your filter is catching some of it, but it's not catching all of it. It's like catching, if it was on 100% percentile, it was catching like 30 to 40% of the lead. So that means 60% of lead is still coming in, and she got all sorts of blood diseases and everything just because of the lead and stuff. And she's trying to cut it down by putting different filtration systems in her house, and ain't none of it working, man. Like the city told her, like flat out, you would have to get somebody out. You would have to ask the city and contract them to go ahead and remove those pipes, and it's a whole long, drawn out situation. Or basically, long story short, she was gonna have to move, but she owned the house and she's putting money into the house, so she's just fucked, basically. She's basically fucked. But yeah, the water here is, everything's jacked up, man. Air we breathe in, the water. I was just breaking down with one of my managers at one of my jobs I work at, about this these organic. And I was watching the news, and they were saying that these farmers are slick. Well, they're making money. They got to make money. They got to make a profit, and so they'll have the regular produce, growing there next to organic produce. And what'll happen is, whatever pesticides they didn't hit the regular produce with, you already know the wind and nature is gonna blow the pesticide onto the organic side. So your organic stuff is getting the pesticide still. So you're paying an extra $2-3 for something that's supposedly not hit with pesticides, but actually pesticides are on these things, man. And it's jacked up. They also go into Whole Foods. When you go into Whole Foods, so they've been serving organic since like 1979, and that's around the time that the GMO seed was introduced into the American soil. So everything is jacked up. You can't run in Babylon from the things that's going on. Oh, think about the spring waters, our natural springs. They're all being bought up. So when you buy what is that, spring water, and it shows you the different springs. Whenever you buy spring water, they'll show you the springs and the area it comes from, for the most part, on the packaging. Well, Blackwater has bought up all that stuff, man. So America is a foundation that's for sale, man. It's a corporation, It says the poison in school water fountains. Another thing, when you smell water, it's supposed to have like a minute smell. When you go in, when I'm in the sauna room or steam room at my gym, you smell the fluoride that's in the water. When I was younger, I used to think that was a fresh smell, but no, that shit is deadly. That shit was deadly. Drinking water out of the water hose and stuff, you taking in all that rubber and fluoride and stuff, man. America is jacked up, man. The Lord left this earth, gave us a simple earth, and Esau's taken it and make it complex and just jacked it up, man. All for himself, man. Let me bring out some verses. But yeah, this devil, he's being called out, man. John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abide not in the truth. And Esau cannot stand the truth, man. Everything he does is contrary to the truth. You had a whole city. You had, well, this. Okay, when you think about it, I would have to look at my map to actually make sure, and I think it is, because Detroit's on the other side of Michigan. Flint is on the side where we drink the same water as Flint, I want to say, from Lake Michigan. But they're on the other side of Lake Michigan. But that doesn't mean that Esau ain't contaminate the whole goddamn lake, even though this lake is huge. Lake Michigan is very, very big, not just depth, but it's wide and long and covers different states. It's water for damn near a few states in the Midwest area, not including the other Great Lakes that are on the other side, going east, going towards New York and stuff. We're going west, even though but yeah, it's and I'm speaking about that Flint area. Yeah, that water, they were messed up, and Esau was playing the game like everything was gonna be out of control. Don't worry about it. You come on back and drink this water. You couldn't even bathe with that water. You couldn't even wash your dishes, brush your teeth with the water, man. Everything was jacked up, man. So the truth is not in him, man. And when he speaketh a lie, he speak of his own. For he is a liar and a father of it, man. And once again, he just lies. He lied to the people. He told the people that they were going to be okay. That the water was good. Just come back home. Don't worry about anything. We don't have to sue anybody. We don't have to let the president know or anything of the above, man. But yeah, that's how Esau does it, man. He's just jacked up the whole earth, man. Isaiah 24:5. Isaiah 24, and I'm gonna start at 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, broken the ordinance, changed the law. Let me start that again. This is Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And once again, Lord, we had land Sabbaths and different things of that nature, and Esau is taking these different things, our holy days, our holy way of life, and he's flipped it upside down, man. He's made it a way so he could profit off of it, man. I always bring this out. I remember growing up as a kid and going to the stores, and I remember I had a teacher, and she was always bringing these different type of water bottles. This was at Evelyn water bottle she was bringing in. I'm like, man, who's paying? And that's when the Evelyn water was only like $1 something for it, And now that water is like $4 or $5 for the bottle, man. And I remember seeing it as a kid, thinking in my head, like, man, why are you buying water? And water is free at the drink fountain. You go cut on the sink and drink that water. And I'm thinking, like, who's stupid enough to just be wasting money on water? And here it is, as an adult, we buy more water than anything. When you go to the store, you got to buy water. You don't drink the water out the tap no more. And this was back in the 80s when you were able to drink the water out the tap. And even then, it was still let it up and jacked up and jacking people up, man. So yeah, this earth is defiled under the habits thereof. Esau is running this place, and he's running it to the ground. This is why we need the Lord to come back, man. We set things in order. Everything is out of order here. Why? Because of the leaders that we have, man. The wicked man. This is Psalm 58, and I'm gonna start at 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. They speak lies, man. They speak a lot of lies, man. We got a whole, one thing about being in this truth, we are able to dig up and do good research and do our due diligence on our enemy Esau, man, and find out these things, and find out and get the truth from these things, man. Because once again, he'll lie and try to hide his hand, man. That's the way this devil works, man. So yeah, he's a liar, man, and violence is in his hands, man. This is his whole thing for poisoning the water is for population control, man. As well as to get your ass sick so you go to his hospitals for help. This is the devil, man. He has a whole plan of ways to trick people and ways to get them in his system, was that? Let's see. Yeah, he got different ways to trick our people, man, and getting them into his wicked system, man. Where are my verses? Yeah, man, but I think I had something else I wanted to say. Bring out. But yeah, no, I just wanted to, like I said, I seen something about some water about a week or two ago, and I always, doing more and more research, find out more and more about these forever plastics in the water. We're inhaling all sorts of toxins, metals, and stuff, man. It's just everything's out of whack, man. Under Esau's rule, and once again, this is why we need the Lord to come back, man, so we can set us back in order, man. Because right now, our people are jacked up. They're basically most of our people are the ones who are feeling the effects of this water for the most part, man. When you think about it, But yeah, with that being said, I was edifying. Shalom, Akim.